Hi there, Steve Kaufman here again. Language learning often gets involved with politics, it gets involved with sports. Now we have the situation in Montreal where the Montreal Canadiens, or les Canadiens de Montréal, have a unilingual English-speaking coach, at least an interim coach, because the previous coach, Jacques Martin, who's bilingual, was let go. And this has caused a great deal of controversy in the French-speaking media in Montreal. And they feel that the coach for the Montreal Canadiens should be able to speak in French. Where do I stand on this? And there's a lot of commentary, at least in the English Canadian media, that it really shouldn't matter, that if he's a good coach, then all the fans will be happy as long as the team wins and so forth. And we even had a discussion about it at length on our forum, and one of our members, Ed, pointed out that, say, if a team in Stockholm had a coach who couldn't speak Swedish, nobody would get upset. All of that is true. However, I very much agree with the French-speaking media because professional sports is entertainment, and every market is different. In Sweden, they don't expect foreigners to speak Swedish. There's no history of Swedish having been sort of treated as a second-class language. They haven't had to fight for Swedish language rights in Sweden. So the whole political environment and the situation in the market and the expectations of the consumers is quite different. But in Montreal, it's a very sensitive subject. And quite honestly, in Vancouver, if we had a unilingual French coach, that would not go down very well. I follow the Vancouver Canucks, and every day, or not every day, but quite often I go to their website and I watch these little video interviews. Typically, the coach and the players have nothing of interest to say, but we have a tendency to hang on to their every word as if there was substance there, which there never is. It's always the same line. They write the script at the beginning of the year and they all repeat it. But we want to hear these people say something in a language that we can understand. So the Swedish players we have on our team, when we had Russians on our team, Czechs, whatever, Finns, they can all speak, Germans, they can all speak English. And that's the language of the market. It's the same in golf. I some while ago, when there was this controversy over whether the very successful Korean women golfers should be required to improve their English, and this was a request put forward by the LPGA, the Ladies Professional Golfers Association, and I said yes, they should have to. This is business. Of course, I'm still get criticism on my YouTube channel that I'm a racist, I'm a bigot, and stuff like that. And to me, it's just normal. It's business. When they interview KJ Choi, I don't know if any of you follow golf, but KJ Choi, who's a great golfer, I love watching him. He's got a very nice, pleasant, decent manner, and his English is atrocious. But I love listening to him because it's KJ's voice. It's him speaking or trying to speak English, and that's far preferable to having KJ speak to an interpreter, somebody else's voice. And I remember some while ago there was a fellow from Argentina who won a major golf tournament in the US, and he said, well, my golf speaks for itself, and if I play golf well, that's all that matters, and I shouldn't have to learn English. And he took all his interviews in Spanish. Well, to my mind, he's a fool because he's not helping out the whole business model. Whereas other golfers from Spain, from France, from wherever they come from, Japan, now KJ, for example, in Korea, they will try their best to say something in English. Now, the coach, getting back to the Montreal Canadiens, is the main sort of contact point for the media. So, yeah, I would say that in the case of the Montreal Canadiens, with all the tradition of their hockey teams, which used to be predominantly Quebecois French Canadians, and is now, of course, in the new globalized NHL, they could be, Europeans or Americans or English Canadians or anything else. But there is this tradition of les Canadiens, being the team of the French Canadians. So for that reason, absolutely, they should have a coach who speaks French. He needn't be a Franco-Quebecois. He can be anyone, but who can at least communicate in French. And I think the same would be true. I'd be curious to know if the coach of the Barcelona soccer teams speaks Catalan. If whoever he is, if he doesn't, he should learn it in order to communicate with the people who pay his salaries. So that's my feeling on that. And the name of the interim coach, who now looks like a lame duck, Cunneyworth, was it Roger Cunneyworth? Again, we'd love to have him on link. They've got lots of time sitting in airplanes and traveling around. It wouldn't take him very long to get to a level where he could answer some questions. And the emphasis should be initially on understanding the language, just so that there's some sense that he's communicating with his market base. So that's my take on that. Yes, the Montreal Canadiens deserve a coach who speaks French. Professional sports is entertainment. It makes sense that, I mean, it's a continuum. And I see what the Canucks do here in Vancouver. They're forever involved with the community. They are either out at some charity event, or they're at some fundraiser, or there's a dinner with supporters, and they all speak English because Vancouver is an English-speaking city. And it seems to me that the fans and supporters in Montreal have the right to the same kind of entertainment and interaction with their stars in French. So there you have it. Thank you for listening.